Let's talk personal finance now. Mary Holm joins me. We've been doing this for 10 years in this slot. Mary, kia ora, nice to see you.
Jesse.
We thought it might be nice to kind of mark an anniversary. It's quite
Yes.
significant to be doing the same thing for 10 years.
And in case I don't get a chance to say it later, it's been fantastic doing it with you.
Oh, and for me too.
You sort of have always taken a bit of an interest in it all, and so that really makes a difference.
Yeah.
So it's been good.
Thanks, Mary.
Yeah.
So tell our audience what we decided to do.
My publisher, HarperCollins, gave me 10 books, one for every year we've done the program, to give away to people. And we decided we would ask people what they'd learned or got out of the segment over the 10 years. And some of them have answered, some of the answers we've chosen are quite sort of serious, and some of them are more light-hearted, so it's a nice mix.
Yeah.
But do you want to read out the first one?
Sure. Hello to Patsy Davies in Hamilton, who reports that in her last job, she set up a fortnightly direct credit into a high-ish interest savings account. She says, I discovered that Mary is right. Left untouched, the money accumulated, and I left work with a 22-year nest egg. However, I have learnt that my fortnightly amounts would have been better in my Kiwi Saver, so that's a lesson I will share with my grandchildren.
Yeah, and I like this one. I mean, just the idea of saving a little bit at a time really does add up. And so Patsy says she ended up with a 22-year nest egg, so I suppose that means she feels like the money will last her for 22 years.
And the
which
direct
is pretty
credit
cool.
too, so you don't have to remind yourself each fortnight to put the money through. Yeah.
That's right. It's a really clever idea, that one. We better move on, I suppose, because we've got 10 to go through here, in no particular order, I might add. So I've got one here from Rachel Kania of Auckland, and she sent us a little poem. She says, I learn from Mary every show things that I should really know. How to avoid scams and schemes, ways I can pursue my dreams. Make a will and give to others. Repay that debt, got it covered. Stick to my goals, never waver, and leave my money in Kiwi Saver. And a couple of good messages there.
Excellent, Rachel. Excellent work.
Yes.
And managed to squeeze in under the 60-word limit as well.
She did, yes. And I suppose I would emphasise from the point she made the importance of making a will. A lot of people out there haven't got wills, and even young people might, sadly, it might be needed quite soon. You just never know. So really good idea to make a will, repay debts, stick to the goals. She's got some good points in there, Rachel.
Tom Batchelor in Kerikeri, congratulations to you. Thanks to your money, says Tom, I learnt to automatically debit every month some of the KiwiSaver interest for a wonderful overseas holiday each year. This year we camped in 10 US national parks over a period of 3 weeks. We hiked more than 200 kilometres and saw amazing rock formations, rivers and animals. We met many wonderful people on the way. Tom's obviously over 65, so gets to withdraw from his KiwiSaver. And I think what he's picked up from you, Mary, is you'll often remind people to enjoy their money.
Yes, that really is an important point. Yes, and he set up an automatic debit every month, which in retirement it's kind of a neat thing to do with your KiwiSaver. So that's coming in to supplement New Zealand Super. So that was kind of neat. Next one from Pete Allardyce of Auckland. He says, your idea of laddering term investments has been great for my modest sum. I divide the total by 20 and normally roll over for 5 years. It's given me the best interest return, and I have funds available every 3 months. So what he's talking about is this idea of laddering term deposits so that you don't have them all maturing at once. You have one maturing he's got them every 3 months. And yet they're 5-year deposits, he's saying. So he gets a higher interest rate because it's for a longer period. But he's getting access to some of the money more frequently. So that's what's the idea behind that one.
Thank you. Bruce Bruce Connett of Tauranga had the inventive idea of sharing a playlist instead of a message. So here he says is his financial playlist. Money by Pink Floyd. Money, Money, Money by ABBA. Money for Nothing by Dire Straits. Can't Buy Me Love by the Beatles. Money Too Tight to Mention by Simply Red, Money That's What I Want by Barrett Strong, Your Money with Mary Holm on RNZ, and You Can't Always Get What You Want by the Rolling Stones.
Yeah,
I think your podcast might stick out in that playlist, Mary, if you're like running or something.
Or something like that. Yeah. No, but that was kind of fun. It made me laugh when I read that one from Bruce. Yeah. Next one's from Alison Rowe of Nelson, and she says, advice that worked for me was leave it and relax. During COVID, and when my balance plummeted, I heard Mary's distinctive, slightly husky voice in my head and heeded it. The low fee fund recovered, another good piece of advice. I had to return the library copy of Rich Enough, having only read to page 96. I should just say that's the book that we're giving away is a second edition of Rich Enough, a laid-back guide for every Kiwi, which we put a new edition out recently. It topped the bestseller list for 7 years.
Really?
7 weeks.
That's great,
7 weeks.
Mary.
The original, the second edition is now out. So that's what we're giving away to people. But Alison's one, you will remember, Jessie, when the COVID share market plunged and we were in here saying, everybody just stay where you are, stay where you are, stay where you are, because people bailed out and then made that loss real. But as Alison discovered, if you stick with it, it comes right.
Came back really fast.
Yes.
A lot of it came back fast.
It did.
Congratulations, Catherine Heron of Auckland rather. You win a book. Thank you, Mary, for demystifying personal finances and for making money matters more acceptable to talk about. Growing up in New Zealand, money used to be a taboo subject, particularly for women. Your work has helped reposition personal finances as important and a topic that can and should be discussed and debated openly. Thanks for being a change maker.
Yeah, that was an interesting point Catherine made. I thought that money it still is quite taboo in New Zealand. I mean, we certainly don't tend to talk about how much money we earn, although maybe that's changing a bit. But
I think Gen Zs just talk about it pretty
quite
openly.
Possibly, yes. I don't mix with many of them. So I think Catherine's point that especially for women, you want to be out there talking about it and understanding it, and we're not going to do that if we sort of all hush about it. Yeah. Next one was from Chris Murray of Palmerston North, and Chris said, on Thursday afternoons for the last 10 years, financial advice has reached my ears. So I've saved a fortune on education by simply choosing Jessie's station and listening with interest every other week to hear the trusted Mary speak. Thank you heaps for your wealth of knowledge. You're the poor man's business college. And I really like that last line.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Stephen Webster of Raglan. Oh, by the way, I've just heard from our news team in Wellington. Interesting story developing in Wellington. The Speaker has temporarily suspended Parliament after a haka broke out in the public gallery following new Te Pāti Māori MP Oreni Kaipara's maiden speech. Gosh, that's got all the elements, doesn't it? I'm sure we'll be hearing more about that.
Oh, my goodness.
Thank you.
Yeah, gosh.
Stephen Webster of Raglan has got in touch looking for a book, and we've got one for you, Stephen. It doesn't feel that long ago I took advice from Mary's RNZ segment and started my own KiwiSaver with $100 per month. Being self-employed, the system had bypassed me when originally set up. The monthly payments have been painless. Add an annual government contribution, RIP, and suddenly I'm sitting on $13,000 that wouldn't be there otherwise. Amazing.
Yeah, and I really like this one because he says his name's Steen rather than Stephen. Anyway, he's self-employed and he thought KiwiSaver didn't include him.
Yeah. And
having heard from our discussions that it does, he got in there and it's growing pretty well for him, which is neat. And by the way, Steen, the government contribution where he puts RIP hasn't actually gone entirely away. It's been halved, but you still get $261 if you put in 1,042 or so dollars, and so it's still worth getting, even though it's not as good as it used to be. Now, is it my turn?
Yeah, one more from Patricia.
Patricia Bishop of Hamilton. She said, not only do your radio shows illuminate the murky underworld for me of money, and how to take care of it, To my surprise and delight, one day I heard you speaking beautifully about grammar. It was a while ago, but I never forgot it in this world of batteries, which drives me potty. Thank you, Mary, says Patricia. Yeah, every now and then I can't resist commenting about grammar because I'm an old lady who went to school when we were taught grammar, and look, I'm working on not getting upset when people make grammatical errors, Jessie, but it's because after all, if somebody says me and him did something when it should be he and I did something, we still totally understand what that person is saying. And I think the language is just evolving. But, Patricia, I am with you to some extent that I struggle with this. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you to everyone who got in touch, and congratulations on those 10 book winners.
Yeah, so the book's called Rich Enough. Just because the publisher gave us away the 10 books, we really ought to just mention the name of it again. But it's in shops now. But these 10 people are going to get free copies sent in the mail today.
Anything else of interest in the correspondence you got?
There were a couple of other points, that I thought we have talked about often. One is index funds are a good idea, and we've talked about that before and will again. Another is the need for a nudge to take action. There were several people who wrote and said, I just need someone to put a bomb under me and do something, because a lot of people sit there with their money in a bank account, can't take action. Another important message that came through from a few people's entries was changing KiwiSaver to get to the right risk level, because a lot of people are in the wrong risk level. And finally, somebody pointed out the importance of picnics, and you were talking about that before, because we mentioned that a while back as a way that have some fun and not spend much money. But yeah, the whole idea of having nice, fun things in life is just as important as having lots of money.
I'm going to end with one from a texter who has made some money following what I think is the opposite to your advice, just for fun.
Yes.
Hi, Jessie and Mary. I'm 72. I've spent much time learning to invest on the NASDAQ share market, and in 12 months transformed my 100,000 New Zealand dollars into $425,000 by carefully trading one stock.
Oh my goodness! Now that's kind of fun, because that can happen.
Yeah.
It absolutely can happen, and then he or she is not saying what. I'm guessing it's a he, because that's usually male behaviour. but and look, if you get lucky. And that person, no doubt, will say, it wasn't luck, it was skill. But let's see them repeat it again and again, and good luck with that. But look, sometimes you can do brilliantly with the share, no doubt.
Your whole philosophy is about not trying to make the big win, just to make sure that you're diversified and get the best of the worst and the worst of the best. Yeah,
and you can put it in there and go to the beach or go on your picnic instead of watching the markets.
Great.
Yes,
Nice to see you. Thanks
you too,
so much.
Jessie.
Congratulations on 10 years on RNZ.
Thank you.